I think he was the best. I mean, the stuff he did with the Yardbirds was groundbreaking. So he had that whole thing. And then he did the jazz fusion, which was also amazing. He was just a guy that had so much imagination. And that's what guitar players, I think, are tapping into. There's certain things that guitar players get that other people don't. And as a fan with no really expertise in guitar playing, I got it, but then guitar players get it on a different level. And he'll be like, Django or something. He'll be thought of. He played at the Saxon Pub once. He jammed with Steve Bruton. I can't remember who else, but he'd been around Austin a little bit, not that much. And he did do the tour with Stevie Vaughan in '89, I believe, where they traded headlining slots each night. But you know what it was? It was Ian McLagan lived here, and Ian McLagan was Austin's link to British rock royalty. So I think maybe Ian had a gig there, and Jeff Beck came by and sat in. It's like 200 capacity. There was originally another Saxon Pub in town on the access road by 38th Street, and it's where Willis Allen Ramsey started out, Michael Martin Murphy, back when he was Michael Murphy, Steve Fromholtz, everybody played there. And so when Joe Abels bought this place to open a new club, he asked someone, someone said, what do you see it as? It's kind of like the Saxon Pub. Well, let's just call it the Saxon Pub. And so they did. And for a while there, they tried to carry over that same singer-songwriter thing as the original. Steve Fromholtz was the first act to play the new Saxon Pub. But it really didn't catch on till really Steve Bruton. His Sunday, The Resentments was a bunch of recovering alcoholics played every Sunday. And that really got the ball rolling. And also the Bad Livers, they played every Monday, and that was a great gig, and that was in '91. Everybody went to that thing. Everybody that came through, like Pete Townsend, they all hooked up with McLagan. He's a great guy, and it was so cool when he lived here, because it was like, we have the Stevie statue, but then we also have a living monument. We have a guy who's still playing that is like, this huge, larger-than-life guy. He's from the Faces. So it was cool. And everybody was really heartbroken when he passed away. I saw him in concert on the Blow by Blow tour, and it's the best electric guitar playing I've ever seen. And I knew it at the moment. It's one of those shows where you go, I'll never see anybody better than this. This guy's amazing. And he had his drummer was Bernard Purdy on that tour. And after the show was over, we went to this 24-hour diner called Coco's, and there's Bernard Purdy. He's sitting there with a woman, a young girl. Not girl, but like 21-year-old, 22-year-old. So I go up to him, I said, "You're Bernard Purdy, right?" He goes, "Yeah, I am." And he's probably expecting me to say, like, "Oh, you're drumming on, what was it, Rocksteady, Changed My Life," or something like that. And I said, "I saw you in that movie, Lila." And the girl goes, "Movie?" I go, "Yeah, it's a porno movie. They call it The Black Deep Throat." He was in it. Because he plays, his band is in it. He's not actually a porno actor. But he did the music part in it, and he was just sort of like, go away kind of thing. So that was my one brush with anybody having to do with Jeff Beck. But I did see the concert, and I actually lost a bet once with somebody because I was doing a story on Gatemouth Brown, and I was saying how he didn't play with a pick. And I was just amazed by that. And someone said, a lot of people don't play with picks. Jeff Beck doesn't play with a pick. I'm going, you're crazy. I saw him in concert. He plays with a pick. I think it was $10. Go on YouTube, no pick. I mean, how did he play like that with no pick? It's just the striking was just amazing. But he was, and you see after he passed away, the outpouring, and there's not a single guitar player that didn't recognize him as the best. They all said, this guy was it, I mean, I can go like that with along the instruments. This is the best. Like, Steve Gadd's the best drummer I've ever seen. I knew that, too, at the time. I'll never see another better drummer than this. Same with Jeff Beck. Just this guy was phenomenal. And to see him in '75 in his prime was pretty good.